So anyways, let's get to it. Let's look and see what Wildhead has offered us on this day for news around 12.1. And one of the big pieces of news is the Lairs preview in 12.1, the world difficulty solo queue. Blizzard has released a blog detailing the new Lairs feature coming in 12.1 and how the world difficulty has a solo queue feature. Interesting. Step into Lairs, a new evolution of world boss encounters that gets you into the action faster. Enter a monster's lair on world difficulty to join a dedicated instant encounter with other players. Rally your allies and take on fearsome bosses without the weight or heavy coordination. These bosses will scale in difficulty through normal, heroic, and mythic, allowing 15 to 25 players, coordinated raid groups to also take on these new challenges. So I feel like this is going to be the replacement of single boss flex raids. I mean, it essentially is. It's saying it's 15 to 25 on Mythic. So this is essentially going to be giving people, never do that content. Stop it. I'm doing it. Where there's a lair, there's a way. Similar to delves, lairs are found in specific locations throughout the zone, with available summoning stone just outside the instance, making it easier for players to take on these bosses at a difficulty of your choice. So again, you're going to be able to select from world difficulty, normal, heroic, and mythic difficulty. Queuing solo, after selecting world difficulty and pressing enter, you're delivered straight into the lair while players gather around you while waiting for other participants to enter. Champions enter a 2-part scenario while the instance automatically fills up with additional challengers. The first part of the scenario calls heroes to take down elite monsters until the boss appears. But have no fear, you won't be soloing the boss. This just ensures a certain critical mass before the second part of the scenario can begin. Boss difficulty scales 5 to 40 players, between 5 to 40 players, ensuring that a large range of group sizes can walk away with epic loot, okay? Groups. For pre-made groups, the leader must choose the difficulty and enter first. Once inside, the rest of the group can follow as a raid group fills around you. Higher difficulties. Lairs are also available for organized pre-made groups on normal, heroic, and mythic difficulties, letting groups of all sizes enjoy these new encounters. The Lairs employ a scaling difficulty even on mythic, allowing tons of flexibility in whom you bring along. That's pretty cool. So it doesn't have to be the traditional need 2 bosses, X amount of DPS, and X amount of healers. So that's pretty interesting. Dive into the Tidebound Grotto. Brave champions must make their way to the Tidebound Grotto, but get ready to hold your breath because you'll need to swim down to the lair entrance in the waters below the coiled isle. If you have an aquatic mount, now's the time to make good use of it. So on week 12, you'll have world difficulty, okay? The week of 12 August, you'll have world difficulty. And then on the week of the 19th of August, you'll have normal, heroic, and mythic flexible scaling difficulties. Hidden beneath the waves of Atalatek lies the Tidebound Grotto, a submerged cave veiled by shifting tides within the Naga sorceress's Nimrissa wave caller bends the tides to conceal her domain and to drown any who dare to uncover it. So the location's on the coiled isle, it's one boss, and you've got all these difficulties. Now here's where Warlock Underwater Breathing OP, let's go. True. So the harder difficulty, the greater the reward. It makes more challenging with 4 difficulty levels: world, normal, heroic, and mythic. Each has its own recommended item level for brave adventurers. So it's got a recommended eye level, but then it also shows you what it will be dropping by going in and attempting this lair boss. Okay, so that's pretty cool. So for world, you need to be at least item level 230, and you will receive veteran gear at 279. Normal, you need to be 243, and you're going to receive champion gear at 292. Heroic, on heroic scaling, you need to be at least 259, and you will receive heroic 305 gear. And then on mythic, you need to be 272, and you will receive 318 Mythic 106 gear. So what that tells me is out the gate, guys, if you've been running any of the content in season 1, and most people have, so you should be sitting around anything from like 285, right? 285 to 293. We should be able to waltz right into Mythic and just walk out with Mythic loot on week 1. And that's crazy. That is crazy, dude. Holy crap. There are spoils from Nimrissa Wavecaller. Claim the spoils of the deep by defeating Nimrissa Wavecaller and adding powerful new gear to your arsenal. Whether you're chasing upgrades or completing your collection, there's treasure waiting beneath the waves. And they have all the different types of so they've got a ring with haste versatility. They've got leather boots with haste verse. A shield with haste mastery. A cloth waist for crit verse. Leathered legs, haste mastery. Plate waist, that's going to be haste versatility. Let's see, what do we got here? An offhand with crit mastery. Male hands that are crit haste. Male wrists, crit mastery. Plate shoulders, crit mastery. Two-handed staff, crit versatility. Cloth chest, crit mastery. And a trinket. This trinket, you equip your spells, have a high chance to call to the sea, granting tidal insight to increase your intellect by 65 up to 6 times. After reaching its peak, your spells instead diminish tidal insight before beginning a cycle anew. Interesting. Called the Wavecaller Sea Stone. That's pretty interesting. With great victory come great achievements. So you get the Nimrissa Wavecaller, defeat her on any difficulty, heroic, mythic. Nimrissa Wavecaller guild run. So there is a guild. So if you're in a guild and you do it as a guild, you're going to get a guild achievement as well. And then heroic guild achievement. So that's pretty cool. So this is the new Lair boss that we're getting in 12.1. I foresee a ton of people jumping on this early to get loot early to help get their gear going. I for one want to be one of them. This should be definitely put through the cycle for all. And based on the item level requirements, right? Based on the item level requirements, it really feels like you can jump into Mythic and start going at it straight away. I mean, I'm talking about for the pushers. And the nice part is they do give you all these different options here. The question is it going to be a raid that you can go back in daily and clear? Is it just going to be weekly? I didn't see anywhere in there where it said how its lockout was going to be treated, but that's pretty cool. Yeah, I think this is going to be good. Yeah, for the upper elite. Well, consider me upper elite because I'm going to go for it.